Inside the form editor, click on the Form Settings tab to make adjustments to this form's settings. On this tab, you can add an expiration date, customize the completion alert message, and change the privacy settings. By default, a new form template will not have an expiration date. Adding an expiration date means that after that date has passed, the client will still be able to open the form but can no longer fill it out nor submit it. Expiration dates can either be relative or fixed. The fixed option lets you pick a specific date on the calendar. The relative options lets you pick a formula that Dubsado will use to calculate the expiration date each individual time this form is used. A relative expiration date is ideal for a master template, while a fixed expiration date might be ideal for setting an expiration date after the form template has already been added to a project. When you set a relative expiration date, you have 5 milestones to choose from: before the project start date, after the project start date, before the project end date, after the project end date, and after applied to project. After applied to project means that as soon as the form template gets added into the project, the timer starts, and not after the form is sent to the client. Once you set your milestone, you can adjust the timing in the first 2 boxes to the left. Enter the number and the increment of time, whether it's hours, days, weeks, or months. Once you set the due date, you have the option to add reminders. Reminders are emailed to the client automatically before the form expires. You can determine how far in advance you want the reminder to go out and how many reminders they should receive. You can customize the default reminder email that gets sent each time under Templates, Canned Emails, Edit Templates, Form Reminder. It's important to note that this email will be used for all expiration date reminder emails for all form types. There is currently not an option to add a custom canned email, so edit this email with that in mind. When a client submits your form, there is a completion alert verifying that they have successfully completed the form. You can customize both the header and the body of this message here. All forms on Dubsado are secure and operate over an SSL connection, but by default, anyone with the unique link to a form could access it. If your client were to forward an email with a link to the intake form you sent them, the recipient of that forwarded email could also click on the link and view the intake form at any time. Within the form settings, you can decide if you would like this template to be password protected. In most cases, you can leave this setting turned off, since that allows your client to access the form simply by clicking on the link in the email. However, for special circumstances where you would like an extra layer of security, you can turn this option on. Once a form is password protected, the client will need to take the extra steps of first logging into their client portal, then entering their portal password before they are able to view the form itself. Tip number 1. There may be some of you who see a legacy mode option under your form settings. In 2022, we made a major update to our form builder interface and structure. This new way of building forms means that some people who used custom code on their forms previous to this update may experience some issues with that code working properly. Legacy mode was made especially for anyone who used custom code on their Dubsado forms prior to this major update. When legacy mode is on, we display the old version of the form to your clients. This will preserve compatibility with any custom code you added to your form prior to the 2022 update. When legacy mode is off, we display the new version of the form to your clients. This allows you to use all the new features we've added to the form builder since the 2022 update. If the form has custom code that was written before the update, it may not work. To learn more about legacy mode or to take a look at our FAQ, check out our help article linked below. Tip number 2. Proposals and lead capture forms have some additional form settings available. Keep an eye out for those in upcoming lessons.